Chosen one, you are not here by coincidence. You were led here by divine appointment, drawn into this moment by a pull from the unseen that has been moving toward you long before your mind could recognize it. Something in the spirit has been aligning, shifting, and positioning you. And now heaven has brought you to the exact threshold where the next chapter of your destiny begins to unfold. Anointed One, hear this with a reverent heart. You are standing at the edge of a supernatural breakthrough, one that will move faster than anything you have experienced before. A divine wealth transfer, a financial elevation, a sudden release of what was once delayed is now pressing into your atmosphere. The same God who said in Isaiah 60:1, "Arise, shine, for your light has come," is speaking that over you now. Your light is rising, your season is turning, and nothing can stop what heaven has ordained. Chosen one, this message is not simply something you found, it is something that found you. It is a prophetic declaration, a spiritual awakening, a call from the throne room itself. Open your spirit. Lean in. Heaven is about to reveal how fast everything in your life is about to change. Chosen one, when heaven begins to move in your life, it never starts with noise. It begins with a subtle stirring inside you, a quiet shift, a spiritual vibration, a gentle pull that tells your spirit something in the unseen realm has already started turning in your favor. And even though your mind may not fully grasp it yet, your spirit knows. A divine acceleration has been released over your life. The atmosphere around you is changing. Old limitations are losing their hold. Old fears are losing their authority. Old battles that once drained you are weakening. A new purpose, a new strength, a new spiritual assignment is beginning to breathe within you like the first wind, signaling a new season. Anointed One, hear this with your spirit. The breakthrough approaching you is not slow, not distant. It is racing toward you. A supernatural transfer, especially in the realm of finances, opportunity, and divine provision, has already been activated with your name on it. It is no longer moving toward you at a crawl. It is coming with a velocity that can only be described as heaven ordained. I've lived through moments like this myself. Seasons where everything on the outside looked still, unchanged, unmoving. But deep inside, there was a whisper. Get ready. Heaven is shifting things for you. And every single time, the whisper came right before God moved quickly, suddenly, overwhelmingly. Chosen one, that is exactly the moment you are standing in right now. You have lived in the tension between what God promised you and what your physical reality seemed to show. You have waited, prayed, and wondered if heaven was silent or if the promise had somehow slipped away. I understand that space. I've stood in that same quiet confusion, thinking the promise was fading. But then God revealed something powerful. Nothing was forgotten. Not a single tear, not a single prayer whispered in exhaustion, not a single day you chose faith when fear screamed louder. Every part of your journey was being woven into the foundation heaven needed to elevate you higher than you've ever stood before. Anointed One, heaven has been preparing you through every detour, every heartbreak, every delay, every hidden victory no one else saw. The moments you didn't understand, the seasons where you felt stretched, the days you got up even when you felt empty, those moments were shaping you. And now, you are stepping into a time when blessings will move quickly, when doors will open suddenly, when clarity will become normal, and when the path before you will align in ways that will shock even you. I've watched God accelerate someone's life before, usually right after a season where everything felt stuck. Then suddenly, everything blooms at once. Opportunities, finances, connections, inner strength, supernatural favor. Chosen one, that same pattern is unfolding in your life right now. A divine transfer, a supernatural promotion, a release of resources and favor is forming around your name. Not because you did everything perfectly, but because the timing is perfect. Heaven is not looking for perfection from you, only willingness. And through every season, you have shown that willingness by continuing to stand, to hope, to rise, even when your spirit felt weary. The fog that once clouded your judgment is lifting. The weight that made you feel unworthy is breaking off. You are beginning to see differently, with eyes that recognize divine timing, with a spirit that senses heaven's movement, with a heart ready to receive what once felt impossible. And even though you may not see the full picture yet, you are closer to breakthrough than you have ever been. This is your moment of acceleration. This is the moment heaven unveils what has been written for you all along. Chosen one, this is only the beginning. Chosen one, the shift that is unfolding around you now is not random. It is intentional, divinely orchestrated, and perfectly timed. You may not realize it, but heaven has been arranging the pieces of your life with a precision that no human hand could ever replicate. The delays you hated, the disappointments that confused you, the doors that stayed shut no matter how hard you knocked, none of these were signs of rejection. They were signs of protection. They were God preserving you for the exact moment when the blessing would not only arrive quickly, but arrive in a way that you could sustain, steward, and multiply. Anointed One, you have stepped into that moment. There is a spiritual quickening happening inside you right now. Your intuition is sharpening. Your awareness is rising. Your discernment is awakening. You may have noticed that things you used to tolerate no longer feel acceptable. People you once leaned on no longer feel aligned with where you are going. Environments that once felt comfortable now feel too small. That's because heaven is expanding you from the inside out. The version of you that survived the last season is not the version that will lead in this new one. Something greater, wiser, stronger, and more spiritually anchored is emerging, and it is emerging quickly. I remember a season in my own life when God started removing things without explanation. Opportunities dried up, people drifted away, plans collapsed before they could begin. At first, I thought something was wrong, but later God showed me that He wasn't taking things from me. He was clearing the path in front of me. He was removing anything that would compete with the blessing He was preparing to release. Chosen one, that is exactly what God is doing for you right now. What has left your life did not leave by accident. What has shifted did not shift without purpose. Everything that has fallen away has created room for what is rushing toward you. Your spirit has already sensed this change. That is why you have felt that inner restlessness. That is why you have felt the need to get ready, even when you didn't know what you were preparing for. That is why your heart has felt pulled toward a higher place, a deeper truth, a stronger identity. Chosen one, heaven has been whispering your name, drawing you, shaping you, repositioning you for something you were always meant to walk in. This next season will be marked by divine acceleration. Situations that once took months will happen in days. Doors that were sealed shut will swing open with ease. Opportunities that once required striving will arrive effortlessly. This is not because the world changed, it's because you changed. You endured the crushing so you could carry the oil. You endured the pressure so you could carry the power. You endured the silence so you could recognize the voice of God without confusion. Anointed One, you are being elevated, but this elevation is different from what you imagined. It is not superficial. It is not temporary. It is not fragile. This elevation is rooted in identity, your true identity, the identity heaven spoke over you before the world tried to shape you into something smaller. That is why God has been breaking the old structures in your life, not to harm you, but to free you, not to punish you, but to align you, not to diminish you, but to reveal you. And as this revelation unfolds, you will notice new strength rising inside you, new confidence, new clarity, new spiritual authority. The old doubts no longer grip you with the same power. The old fears no longer silence your voice. The old insecurities no longer limit your vision. Heaven is preparing you to carry influence, responsibility, and blessing on a level you once questioned you were even worthy of. Chosen One, the acceleration has begun. The atmosphere has shifted. The momentum is building. What is coming will not look like what you left behind. And this is only the second step. Chosen One, as this divine acceleration intensifies, you must understand that what is rising in your life is not merely a blessing, it is an awakening. It is the unveiling of the version of you that heaven has been shaping in silence while the world misunderstood your process. For too long, you walked with weights that were never meant to cling to your spirit. You carried expectations that were too heavy, battled doubts that were never yours, and fought through seasons where it felt like you were shrinking instead of expanding. But, Anointed One, heaven saw every step. Heaven measured every tear. Heaven recorded every moment you kept going, even when you felt you had nothing left to give. What is happening now is the divine exchange, your ashes for beauty, your heaviness for praise, your delay for acceleration. You are stepping into a season where everything that tried to hold you back will no longer have the authority to touch you. I remember a similar season in my own life when the pressure intensified so sharply that I thought I was breaking. What I didn't know back then, but understand clearly now, is that heaven often increases the pressure right before the breakthrough becomes visible. It is a spiritual sign that the old version of you is shedding, and a stronger, clearer, more aligned version is emerging. Chosen One, that is exactly what is happening within you. You may feel stretched, challenged, or pushed beyond what feels comfortable, but that is because heaven is expanding your capacity. You are outgrowing the environments you once settled for. You are rising above the conversations you once entertained. You are stepping into a level of discernment that makes deception obvious, a level of clarity where confusion no longer clouds your judgment, a level of spiritual maturity where you can sense truth before it speaks and danger before it appears. This is not imagination. This is activation. Heaven is activating gifts inside you that were dormant. Your spiritual senses are awakening. The way you see, the way you hear, the way you feel direction shifting inside your spirit. Your intuition is no longer optional. It is becoming your navigation. And this heightened awareness is not just for your survival, it is for your assignment. Chosen one, you are being positioned not only to receive breakthrough but to carry breakthrough, to become someone whose presence shifts the atmosphere in the room, someone whose words carry weight and authority, someone whose life becomes a signpost, pointing others toward truth, clarity, and hope. Anointed One, this shift is also separating you from what cannot follow you into your next season. God is not cruel, He is intentional. When He pulls people, habits, or patterns out of your life, it is not abandonment, it is alignment. You are being aligned with destiny-level purpose, and destiny requires space. You may notice relationships drifting, routines breaking, desires shifting. You may even feel moments of loneliness, not because you are empty, but because heaven is clearing noise from your path so you can hear direction clearly. The isolation you feel is not punishment, it is preparation. In this preparation, something powerful is happening. Your identity is being refined. You are beginning to understand who you truly are, not who life told you to be, not who trauma shaped you into, not who people assumed you were. You are stepping into the truth of your heavenly design. That is why you feel the sudden urge to raise your standards, to protect your peace, to guard your spirit, to honor your calling. You are not becoming difficult, you are becoming aligned. And chosen one, alignment attracts acceleration. When your spirit aligns with heaven's timing, everything moves faster. Opportunities find you, resources come toward you. The right connections appear effortlessly. And you will begin to notice that the things you once chased are now beginning to chase you. Chosen one, this is your rising. This is your unveiling. This is the moment your spirit catches up with what heaven has always known about you. And what is coming next will require everything you've gained, because the next stage is bigger than anything behind you. Chosen one, as this awakening deepens, you must realize that the shift you are stepping into is not only lifting you higher, it is setting you apart. Separation is one of the clearest signs that heaven is preparing to elevate someone. And though separation can feel uncomfortable, even painful at times, it is one of the greatest blessings God can give an anointed one. You may feel people drifting away, conversations no longer resonating, or desires that once fueled you suddenly losing their pull. But do not misinterpret this change. You are not losing anything. You are being refined for what is coming next. Anointed one, every destiny-filled season requires a pruning. Everything that cannot survive the next dimension must fall away. Relationships, habits, environments, and even versions of yourself that you've outgrown. I remember walking through such a season where life felt like it was rearranging itself without my permission. Plans dissolved, familiar routines no longer worked, and people who once felt essential slowly faded into the background. At first, I resisted it. I tried to hold on to what felt familiar because it felt safe. But heaven kept whispering, "You cannot rise while holding what I am removing." And once I surrendered, everything accelerated. Chosen one, that is the same crossroads you stand at now. Heaven is not taking anything from you, it is taking things ahead of you. The shaking you feel is not destruction, it is construction. God is rebuilding the foundation beneath your feet so it can sustain the level of blessing, influence, and responsibility that is coming your way. You are stepping into a season where your purpose requires more clarity, more capacity, and more spiritual strength than ever before. And heaven is making sure that nothing attached to your past will sabotage your future. This is why hidden truths are surfacing. This is why intentions are being revealed. This is why you suddenly see people, opportunities, and situations for what they truly are. You are no longer operating from old patterns, you are seeing with spiritual eyes. The fog is clearing, the distractions are dissolving, the illusions are breaking. What once confused you now becomes obvious. And what once intimidated you no longer has the power to shake you. This clarity is part of your divine equipping. Heaven is sharpening your discernment because you are about to walk into spaces where your voice, your presence, and your decisions will influence others. You will become someone people look to for direction, not because you demanded it, but because God designed you for it. Leadership is rising in you, not the kind that craves attention, but the kind that carries peace in chaos, truth in confusion, and strength in uncertainty. Anointed One, your journey has not been ordinary because your calling is not ordinary. Every heartbreak, every setback, every battle you survived was shaping you into someone who could carry spiritual weight with grace. Heaven has been training you quietly, molding you privately, and preparing you intentionally for the responsibility that is arriving. You may feel stretched right now, but understand this. God is not stretching you to break you, He is stretching you to expand you. Your spiritual capacity is increasing. Your emotional resilience is strengthening. Your mental clarity is sharpening. You are becoming someone the next season requires. And as this transformation continues, something powerful is happening. You are becoming a carrier of light in a world that desperately needs it. People will feel peace when you enter the room. Your words will bring alignment. Your presence will bring grounding. Not because of who you are in the natural, but because of who you are in the spirit. You carry heaven's fingerprint. You carry heaven's assignment. You carry heaven's authority, and heaven is about to reveal you. Chosen One, this separation is not the end, it is the doorway. You are stepping out of what was and into what will be. The preparation is almost complete. The unveiling is near, and the world is not ready for the version of you that heaven is releasing. Chosen One, as this final phase unfolds, you are stepping into a moment that heaven has been preparing long before you ever knew such a moment existed. You are standing at the threshold of a life you once only imagined from a distance, a life marked by clarity, authority, abundance, and divine purpose. What is rising within you is not a temporary spark, but a full awakening. The old version of you, the one shaped by survival, by fear, by scarcity, by self-doubt, is dissolving. And in its place, the true you, the appointed you, the anointed you, is beginning to step forward with a strength that feels both new and familiar. This is because it is who you were always meant to be. Anointed One, heaven has been preparing this moment through every season you've endured. Every storm refined you, every delay matured you, every closed door redirected you, every silent night deepened your faith. I remember a time in my own journey when everything felt suspended, like life had paused and God had gone quiet. It was confusing, it was heavy, but later I understood. Heaven was not ignoring me. Heaven was forming me. And when the shift finally came, it came so suddenly, so forcefully, that I understood why the preparation took time. Chosen one, you are now entering that same sudden moment. This next season is not just breakthrough, it is transformation. It is not just blessing, it is elevation. It is not just provision, it is divine positioning. Heaven is not giving you something small. Heaven is entrusting you with something significant. You are being positioned to influence, to uplift, to lead, and to impact in ways that once felt too big for you. But listen carefully. The reason it felt too big before is because the older version of you wasn't designed to carry it. The version rising inside you now is. Your gifts are awakening, your discernment is sharpening, your confidence is returning, and your spiritual authority is becoming undeniable. You will soon walk into rooms and sense exactly why you are there. You will make decisions with clarity that surprises even you. You will move with a confidence that is no longer rooted in your strength, but in God's assignment over your life. The world may be chaotic, shifting, unpredictable, but you, chosen one, will walk in stability because heaven has anchored your steps. And with this elevation comes something else, divine opportunities. You will find doors opening that were once sealed shut. You will find resources flowing with ease, not struggle. You will encounter people who recognize your light before you say a word. This is not coincidence, it is alignment. Heaven is aligning everything to place you exactly where you need to be at exactly the right time. And every blessing that once seemed delayed will now arrive as if on command. Anointed One, do not be surprised when you feel moments of intense clarity, those flashes when everything suddenly makes sense. Do not be surprised when you feel heaven's presence directing your thoughts, your steps, your decisions. And do not be surprised when people begin to look at you differently. The light rising in you cannot be hidden. The authority resting on you cannot be ignored. The calling within you cannot be silenced. You are becoming the version of yourself that heaven has waited to reveal. And as this unveiling intensifies, something extraordinary is happening. You are beginning to attract others who are awakening too. People who carry a similar hunger for truth, alignment, purity, and purpose. People who recognize your fire because they carry one of their own. This is not accidental. Heaven is forming connections, alliances, and divine partnerships that will amplify your purpose and expand your influence. You will not walk into this next season alone. You will walk with those assigned to your destiny. Chosen one, your mission is not small. Your purpose is not optional. Your calling is not accidental. Everything God placed inside you is now awakening. Everything that once held you back is falling away. And everything written about you in the heavenly realm is beginning to manifest in the natural. The shift is here. The unveiling is happening. And the world will never be the same because you stepped into who you truly are. Chosen one, if this message has stirred something deep within your spirit, it is because heaven is confirming what your soul already knew. You are standing in your Kairos moment, your divinely appointed time. The supernatural transfer that has been forming in the unseen is no longer approaching, it has begun. You are walking into the very acceleration God prepared for you long before you had language for it. Anointed One, I speak this over you with reverence and certainty. May your steps be ordered, your spirit strengthened, your faith ignited, and your vision sharpened. May every door that was assigned to open swing wide before you, and may every barrier not aligned with heaven fall without resistance. You are stepping into divine timing, divine favor, and divine overflow. Nothing can stop what God has initiated. Nothing can hinder what heaven has released. If this word resonated with your spirit, simply write, "I receive my divine acceleration" in the comments as an act of faith, a seal on what heaven has begun. And, if you feel led, subscribe so you never miss a message crafted for your journey as a chosen one. Until we meet again, walk with confidence, walk with gratitude, walk with unwavering alignment, for heaven has already gone before you. You are covered, you are appointed, you are rising.